Hello, my name is Amy Berenger, and this presentation is a summary of my exploration of classroom, schools, and community context project. Throughout this project, I explored how different environments, classrooms, schools, and communities work together to influence students' learning and development. I used observations, interviews, and data to better understand the systems that impact students and how they can grow as an educator, and how I can grow as an educator. Chapter 1 is called Building Bridges: The Power of Relationships in the Classroom. I found that strong teacher-student relationship play a major role in creating a positive learning space. In my observations, students felt comfortable sharing their classroom, their thoughts or experiences, which showed me that the classroom was emotionally safe and supportive. Student voice was encouraged, and this helped build trust and engagement. However, I noticed that while communicating with family existed, it was mostly one way. That showed me that building stronger, more collaborative relationships with families is an area of growth. Overall, this chapter helped me understand that relationships are the foundation of learning, and without them, students are less likely to feel motivated and connected. So here are my slides that kind of go with my overview. Okay, moving on to Chapter 2. In Chapter 2, I looked at the school level structures at Mount Graham High School. The data showed that many students come in behind credits, and the attendance is a major challenge. However, the school uses a flexible system like credit recovery, individualized pacing, and counseling to support and help students succeed. One important takeaway is the attendance is directly connected to academic success. Students who attend regularly earn more credits and make more progress. I also saw how strong relationships between students and staff improves motivation and engagement. Small classroom sizes and regular check-ins create a supportive environment where students feel valued. This chapter showed how school policies or structure can either support or limit student success, and how important it is to design systems that meet students where they are. And here are my slides to just show you what I did. Reflections, query questions, my references. Okay, so Chapter 3. Chapter 3, I explored the community context in Safford and Graham County. I learned that the community has both strengths and challenges. Economically, some families face financial stress, which can impact access to resources like technology and extracurricular activities. At the same time, the community is culturally rich, with a large Hispanic and bilingual population. Families value education, and there are strong social networks like through churches, businesses, and family connections. However, there are also gaps between school practices, community needs, and especially in community and access to resources. This chapter helped me realize that students don't exist only in a classroom. Their learning is shaped in their culture, family, and community experiences, and these should be seen as strengths in education. Okay, and I'll kind of show you my data. Summaries. reflection, inquiry question, more references. Okay, so chapter 4 is growing through change and understanding students across time and context. So I focused on the MEO system, which is connection between home, school, and community, which looks like how time and life change affect students. I learned that when these systems work together, students are more engaged, motivated, and successful. But when there's a disconnect, like poor communication or lack of resources, students can struggle academically and emotionally. I also learned that life changes, such as moving schools or family changes, can impact student behavior and performance. This chapter helped me understand the importance of seeing the whole child and recognizing the students and influenced by many factors outside of school. And then I'll kind of show you my pictures I used and my explanations. My role as an educator is to support students during transition, create a stability in the classroom, be responsive to changes in students' life, and encourage them that they're resilient and that they can grow. My inquiry question, my references. Okay, so Chapter 5, Becoming the Educator My Students Need, Growth Across the Classroom, School, and Community. So finally, in Chapter 5, I reflected on my growth and created goals for my future self as an educator. I developed goals focused on improving student voice, building stronger relationship, increasing collaboration with staff, supporting attendance, and connecting learning to the community. I also reflected on my values as a teacher. I believe every student deserves to feel seen, heard, and supported, and the relationships are the key to student success. Moving forward, I plan to use what I've learned to create my classroom that is inclusive, responsive, and connected to students in real life. So here are my goals. Ways of being an educator, my core beliefs and values, my approach. And that's where that ends. But overall, this project has helped me see that teaching is not just about delivering the content. It's about understanding students within the context of their classroom, school, and community. By recognizing these connections, I can better support my students academically, socially, and emotionally. That's all. Thank you.